yesterday evening we were following up with Professor S.S. Mantha, and Professor Mantha got an immediate visit to China. So his PS was saying if China's luck is not that good, you will get Professor Mantha. So eventually China won and we left out. Professor S.K. Karg got a casualty in his family, so he had to attend the last rituals. And on a similar note, we also lost Dr. Sandhya Chintala to be on the panel today evening for some unavoidable reasons on her part. We have probably in the audience Mr. Paresh, who had been deputed on Dr. Chintala's behalf to be with us over here. So with all this, whatever has been attempted in such a short time, I would say that it was really a heartening, it was really a encouraging experience for us. We got 181 entries from 47 institutions across 29 cities of the country, and it was really a tough time to organize and to really present it for the jury to evaluate for the awards. We also had a social awards this time, which attracted somewhere around 71,900 votes, both positive votes and negative votes combined. So we will just run through later on. So I welcome you all for this Campus Innovation Awards ceremony today, which aims at catalyzing and catapulting project-based employability ecosystem. Now this is a very stark reality which is coming all across, that unemployability still bugs Tech Inc. It still remains a big national concern. On the other front, if we see, there are big short pay packages being taken up by the best techies of the country. Like IITians get Facebook jobs at 77 lakhs. And there are realities, we have been told, like the graduates from other colleges, they are not able to bag like the kind of jobs which are there. So where lies, what has been the reason for this vast inequality? So in the World Economic Forum at Davos, the Time magazine organized a debate on capitalism, where Professor Raghuram Rajan, a professor of finance at University of Chicago, made a very categorical statement that the root cause of rising economic inequality is that the worker skills haven't kept up with the technological innovation. As a result, the top 1% of workers who have the skills the economy needs are getting paid more, while the remaining 99%, they are still on the margin. So that's why we are seeing such a stark inequality in the pay packages and all kind of movements going all over the world, like Occupy Wall Street, you might have heard about. Now there is another statement by a very eminent scientist, very eminent scientific brain this country has ever produced, Dr. R.A. Mashalkar. He says that there are about 6 lakh technology students who spend at least 6 months in their final year for doing a project. About the interface of the student work with the industry, whether the SMEs, MSMEs, or the IT industry, or various other research and development projects. So this is what the state of affairs is. It's with this motivation, we launched this Campus Innovation Awards, like at least let us try to profile and let us try to document the projects which are there, the 6 lakh projects which are there amongst all the 3,500 engineering colleges across. Now here I would like to make one point, like there is a lot of talk about employability on all bigger forums, like all the industry forums like NESCOM, CII, FICCI, everyone is talking about the gap in employability. In fact, there is the fabled report, the NESCOM McKinsey report of way back in 2005, which said that out of 4 engineering students, only 1 is employable. There were reports in the newspaper that report needs a kind of a resig for 2011. But out of all the debate which is centering around employability, of all the paradigms, one of them is like teaching of academic fundamentals, how the academic training can be improved upon to improve the employability skills of the students. A lot of focus is on that. A lot of QIP, quality improvement programs, are being done, faculty improvement programs, all that stuff. The second had been, industry says that the kind of skills we require, students don't get nurtured with them, and we have to train them for 3 months to 6 months on that. So there has been a lot of focus on training students. A lot of training academies have been coming with this tool and that paradigm, go about with that. The third had been a motley mix of soft skills, communications, presentations, all sorts of impulsive and I'll say impressionable skills they are talking about. But nowhere a very, very silent or a mild tone is there about some tangible, demonstrable skills exhibited by the students at the end of their final year project. Now, what is Facebook? It was developed at the Harvard University when Mark Zuckerberg was studying. What is Google search? It was a PhD project of Larry Page and Sergey Page. They were working over there. So, there is a very little, as Dr. Mishalkar said, not even the project definitions are documented. What to talk about high-end innovation and the kind of improvisations we can make about it. So there is a big time need of taking the project-based employability into factor whenever talks about employability gaps and measures to redeem that are taken up. There is enough. It's not that the academic system has not recognized the projects. Almost 2 semesters are devoted to it, and a huge amount of credits are allocated to the B.Tech or M.Tech final year projects for that matter. Still, the situation remains quite hazy. Even for a 4-credit subject, the kind of evaluation which is there on the campus is very rigorous. You have to write an examination, and the faculty member will prove, there is a proof of the whatever marks you have got. It's very authentically, it can be testified. But regarding the project work, where you bag a big booty, I don't think that there is even the documentation or whatever, just what is remained in the college library are thick volumes which we print with the best paper available and the best printer, because this is my thesis. So that still remains a very, very hazy, a very sideline platform still today, the evaluation of the project work, which is so vital element in employability or making you job ready or even launching you for the entrepreneurship part. Now the sentiment regarding the project we have tried to display and we are trying to promote it is, the sentiment is there. Professor Mantha, for us, he gave this quote very strongly that projects help students learn important academic content along with skills like collaboration, critical thinking and communication, which are so essential for enhancing employability. NESCOM says, a large part of formal learning should be project work oriented, should be. It is not just what you know, but what you can do with what you know. So there is an emphasis across. Professor S.K. Kak, who is the Vice Chancellor of Mahimaya Technical University, managing around 400 plus colleges in Uttar Pradesh, taking up projects and project monitoring seriously can really make engineering education more realistic. We find freshers coming in, those who don't even know what is FTP. So these are some very, very small things which are there. So the Campus Innovation Awards, I said, it's an attempt to catalyze and catapult a project-based employability ecosystem. Whenever we talk about employability, let's talk about projects a bit. So, just giving you a small trivia, we had 181 projects across 5 branches of engineering. Computer science received the highest, 103 projects. Electrical engineering received 8. Electronics and communications engineering 30 projects. Mechanical engineering 30. And other branches of engineering which could not fall in these were 10 projects. 47 institutions across 29 cities. And out of these 29 cities, 6 were in north, south, southern cities were more proactive. 18 of them participated. From east we had 2, and from the western zone 21. So before I move, we had 2 categories of awards. One was the social award, which we used a Facebook plugin. It was a popular vote. The idea was very simple. We all post our photographs, where we traveled and what we are doing. Some gossip of our campus, of our friends. We just felt, let us motivate the participants to at least get their project definitions posted on their Facebook timelines. So it's probably for the first time some very serious and abstruse and boring kind of project statements were posted on your Facebook. Your friends might be abusing you and what you are promoting for. So anyways, we got around 71,900 votes. Now it's quite a startling factor. This vote was achieved by a bunch of 600 guys only who had liked our Employability Times Facebook page. Now some of the stats are quite revealing. We had the option of putting a positive vote as well as a negative vote. We just said you pick a project and you can reject a project as well. Now for every positive vote, internally we took a decision to give 5 positive marks, and for 1 negative vote, we deducted 1 mark out of it. That was the internal algorithm we devised. Now interestingly, 12% votes were positive and a whopping 87.17% votes were negative. So if Anna would have been today on this platform, you would have been happy if Facebook voting comes on the Indian electoral scene. What will be the fate of our public representatives? People will just 87.1%, like this rate of rejection is quite high. If you see, people have rejected projects en masse. So I would now invite my colleague Mr. Vishwajit Singh, who is the director of BST campus and who had compiled and set out all the technical framework for these social awards, to announce the Social Campus Innovation Awards 2012 Social Awards. So I would pass on the dais to Vishwajit to take over.
The first social award.
Evaluating the jury awards. They were all rated on a scale of 0 to 5. 5 means the most innovative one, relative one, and most implementable, like within the given time frame of a B.Tech or an M.Tech level, and the resources available with the institution, just a gut feeling of it, the capability matrix and the commercial viability of the projects. And in the impactfulness, it was weighed like what is the impact, scientific impact or a real social impact, which can really make a change over there. But there were a lot of challenges. There were a lot of challenges in evaluating the jury. In fact, in streamlining the, I will say, award panel for the jury members as such. Like the first one was project definition. As we saw, the project definitions are so long and so abstruse, and just to document them across, it was really tough task. Then how the project has been structured by the students and their guides, how the timelines have been set. Are they realistic or not? These were some of the questions which were coming when we were, I will say, shortlisting the projects for the jury. Then how the various team members have allocated and delineated the work amongst themselves. Probably it happened that there was one proactive member of the group who was communicating with us and who was probably doing all the work backhand, and the other people were just getting a bonus of what that chap is doing. Other people, there might be a tie-up with all the students by we will treat you after the end of the project, you work over there. That was not very clear who is doing what. And the project progress monitoring of the project work by guides, how it could have been done. And the project documents submitted by the students, like we got very little project documents in support of the claims which they had made, like about the project deliverables and the objectives and all that stuff. It somewhere came to us like the entire understanding about project work was a bit hazy, or they were not trained into the art and the craft of project management. Request Mr. Anand Agrawal, who is the co-convener of Campus Innovation Awards, to throw a bit light as to how BST campus was designed and how we could, in the evaluation part, we could redress all these complexity and challenges using BST campus. So I would request Anand to come and give his short presentation on this platform, which many of you have actually used, and we got such a huge volume of call traffic on using such a simple application that we really felt like in the presentation day we would be asking, or we would be having a tete-a-tete a discussion with you guys also as to what really perturbed you on using such a simple project management application. So over to Anand. Thank you.